Hello everyone! Happy New Year! It's 2017 and this is a new episode for my channel. My name is Michaela. I live in Heidelberg, Germany, and today I want to talk to you about three things. The first thing is going to be just Happy New Year, which I already did. The second thing is part of my title as well, how to build unbroken projects. And the third part is what happened to my channel name. I hope you stay tuned for the end. I try to make it not too long. So, Happy New Year again. I hope you all had a good ending for 2016. For me, it was kind of relieving to end 2016, not because I particularly hated the year, but for some reason I just felt a weight was like getting off my shoulders when I heard all this loud fireworks. Normally I'm really scared of the fireworks. Well, not really scared so that I hide under a blanket or run away or something, but just I used to not like it. I used to like get a little bit scared when I hear this loud noise. But this time it was different. This time I really appreciated the noise. It sounds a little bit weird when I hear myself saying it that way, but honestly, I was glad that like all the bad ghosts of 2016 have gone. So, and I'm really looking forward to 2017 and for some changes as well. So, the first thing, which is also connected to the changes, is how to build unbroken projects. And this has been a really big thing for me, which I just realized the past 2 weeks basically. And it has a lot to do with this thing here, which is my new calendar. It's basically just a notebook which I can personalize any way I want because it has like blank sheets in it. And you see, I already started personalizing it a lot. And the basic structure of this calendar is that I do have a calendar in it, which I printed myself because it's just blank sheets. Anyways, and it's a weekly overview, which time frames here, and I just printed it from my computer. So I can have a schedule there. But this is not the only thing. In the first page, I have a lot of quotes, which are very meaningful to me, and which I had collected. So that is why I want to say it's about broken projects, because all of these things I now have in this calendar, like the quotes I have yearly goals, I have monthly goals, weekly goals, and daily goals, which I keep on building every day and which I keep on reviewing every day. These kind of parts of the calendar, which are like having goals, reviewing them, having inspiring quotes, building a morning and evening routine, things connected to personal development that inspire me, that give me new ideas, that are new systems I want to try out, things I see throughout the day, things that are interesting to me or I feel like they can help me. They all have been scattered around all over my notes. Like I had some in Evernote, I had some in the notes of my Mac, I had different in the notes of my iPhone. I've had like piles and piles of like sheets of paper just filled with stuff like this, like lots and lots and lots of notes, and I didn't know what to do with them. I thought like, and I felt like they're really really important, but I didn't know what to do with them. And now I have this beautiful new calendar, which is basically refactoring all of the stuff that has been important to me. And because it's just an empty notepad, I can just make it the way I want it to be and which suits me the best. And so it's not about the note themselves, which have been like scattered around for a really long time, but also about the fact that I had started a lot of things. I have made like 12 morning and evening routines already, which I had like mostly copied from people which are proposing morning and evening routines. You find plenty of them on YouTube. and somewhere else as well, I guess, but I mostly watch them on YouTube. And I tried them, and for some reason I stopped doing them, or I wasn't as happy with them as I thought I would be. And so I basically stopped them, and I started something and I stopped it, and I started a new thing and I stopped it, and I began to build up something and then I didn't continue. So I had a lot of like projects. I felt like I didn't finish them. And at the same time, I always had in the back of my mind, I want to finish them. They're important. There's valuable information and even inspiration in it. And it was something I couldn't just let go of or throw away if it was a physical note. But it was something that was still in my mind and keeping up. And I was really frustrated because I felt like almost unable to finish a project anymore. And now I have this calendar and it has all come together beautifully somehow. I mean, this calendar is still work in progress, which is also why I really love it. So maybe I can show it to you just for a second once again. So I mentioned the quotes here. Here I took some notes of a video I saw, which I found really inspiring and helpful to plan a new year. I have yearly goals here, 1 page, monthly goals here. Here's the review section, which is not too long, so I don't get intimidated by having to write an essay of 5 pages after every day, no matter how tired I am. And I have the same thing here with my daily goals, and you see I also have this structure. It's basically, I named it career, health, and relationships as 3 very important parts of my life. And in the middle, a calendar, and in the back, basically notes and notes and notes. But I can fill it up with new notes, so it's work in progress, and it makes me really happy. So, and I was wondering, how is that possible? Why did it all come together, or what does it mean to me? So to me, it means that even if you haven't finished a project, even if you have started something and not completed it the way you planned it to complete, the way you wanted it to the thing you wanted to accomplish, you didn't quite get it. Still, it's not all lost if you quit, or if you decide to maybe let go of this outcome that you had in mind, which was maybe some papers I didn't write, or maybe some YouTube videos I didn't film, or some routines I started and didn't like continue for the rest of my life. So it's I want to say that even if you have some unfinished projects, and I guess we all have at some level, it doesn't mean what you did is lost. It doesn't mean because you haven't reached the outcome that you wanted to, it's worthless. All the effort, the time, the energy, the money, whatever you put in, it's not lost as long as you keep building something and you keep reviewing and you keep like looking at the things that go well and at the things that do not go well, and you keep focusing on where you want to go and what you want to accomplish and what is the thing that really motivates, inspires you, or is just fun and joy for you. So the direction where you want to go. As long as you focus on that, the things will not be lost, and there are lessons to be learned from the things you do not finish and you did not finish. And so I found that really interesting, and that is why I wanted to share it with you. Maybe you have some maybe if you have some, damn, I lost the word. Some experiences, now I have it, sorry. Some experiences with it yourself, and please leave it in the comments below. I will be very curious about yours. So, the way you build a broken project is not give up on them if they were meaningful to you, and focus on the things that you really want in the direction you really want to go into. Because then your mind will keep working on those things. And someday you probably can't know when this day is going to be, but just have trust that it will come together. The pieces can come together in a totally new way, in a totally unexpected way, like they have come together with me in this just simple calendar. I know it's a very simple thing, but because so many important things, for me, important things have come together there, and I keep it with me every day. It's just a constant reminder of all the things that matter to me, and it's a place where they can come together. And I just didn't know it would be a calendar. And maybe because it is such a simple thing, it can be quite impactful to me. So that's so much for it for this point. And lastly, what happened to my channel? I changed my name and the pictures, and I put there a quote. Let me explain. All right. So you probably remember the name I had. It was Inszenierung. That is German for, I think one direct translation would be enactment in English. It basically means like something you put on stage, for example, like a play. And it's something you do and something you show, but it's not real. So for me, that was how I felt about the things that I'm going to do, that I'm going to present on this channel. It doesn't mean that I was lying in any sense, but I think I was somewhat scared. And this anxiety that I have and this fear that I have about expressing myself, this would show in this name. So like saying something like, oh, please don't take me too seriously here, or if you don't like it, just ignore it, or I didn't really mean it, in that kind of sense. I was not really standing behind it. And now with this new name, which is Paradise Bird, for some reason this has kind of followed me since I began my studies, mostly as a password, but also as a picture or perspective or something that I can really connect with, an idea. And this is why I also put a very colorful bird. It's not a paradise bird in the strict sense of it, because I didn't find the pictures that I found on free open source pictures as colorful and as expressive as I like them. So I just choose a colorful bird, basically. And this is going to represent a paradise bird. And a paradise bird is, for me, it represents the idea of flying, the idea of going out into the unknown, but with enthusiasm, and the idea of color in your life, a colorful life, and of just also creating your own paradise. Because this is something I absolutely believe in, but I have so much difficulty of realizing it, which is why I so got into the topic of personal development, because for me I found that there I can find tools, techniques, strategies, ideas, and tips that help me to realize the things that I really want to realize in my life. And I'm still on my own way on it, and the people who watch my channel accompany me on this journey, and I hope I can give you some inspiration and some ideas on how to get along in your own life, or how to face the challenges that you face. And well, if you leave me a comment, I can answer your comment, and we can have a conversation about it. So it's about this journey to the life you want to create for yourself. So, and that is why the second picture has this quote, which I came up with myself. I think it was about 1.5 years ago. And this one also has kind of followed me in the back of my mind as like my mantra or motto, or just something I'm really proud of, because it just reflects a belief that I have that is very, very important to me, which is follow the things you love and happiness will follow you. Even though I struggle with this very much, with all my broken projects, it's something I still believe in and I still keep going to do because it just feels so right to me, despite all the struggle and despite all the obstacles that come up, and despite like often my lack of energy and procrastination and whatever comes in my way. This keeps me going, this gets me up again, and every time I have the energy again, I know this is where I want to go. And this is why this is going to be like the new motto for Paradise Bird. And I want to also broaden it a little bit, but that is probably an announcement for a new video. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you will watch my next video as well. And if you're interested in personal development in some of my videos, or if you have a topic that really interests you, please leave me a comment below and I'm happy to answer it. Otherwise, I really, really promise I commit myself to put out content more regularly now and not let myself get down again. So, see you next week. Wish you all the best and bye. Yeah.